Peace, it's the Boxing Wizard. I want to give my predictions on Mayweather versus Maidana, Amir Khan versus Collazo, and Broner versus Molina. Now let's first start with Broner versus Molina. I think Broner will win this fight simply because he probably really, for the first time, trained hard and took training serious. So I think, and now he has something to prove. I think everybody gave him what he didn't deserve as far as the hype, the propaganda, and the money that was undeserving, and the title fights. So I don't think he really worked. He had to work. I don't think he felt like he had to work hard for anything. So now that it was all taken from him, I believe for the first time in his career, he felt like he got to work to gain something. So I believe his training went very well and strong, and I'm probably looking at a stoppage. Not a knockout, maybe a TKO. I think Broner with TKO Molina. I'm gonna go 8th round. Now Amir Khan and Collazo. If Collazo don't get a couple knockdowns on Amir Khan, those 10-8 rounds, I believe he will lose by points. I don't think he'll get knocked out. I don't think Amir Khan power is going to increase by him moving up in weight. I think it will decrease, but I think he'll win by points. Okay, now, Mayweather and Maidana. Let me just first say this. Maidana is very deserving of this Mayweather fight. Unlike Keith Thurman and Porter. Porter is slightly, he's getting there. Especially if Porter beats on Kell Brook. I think Porter definitely moves in the driver's seat of fighting Mayweather, especially being deserving. But Keith Thurman is far from deserving. Okay, now let me just read off some fights that Maidana had in the last 9 years. In those 9 years, he has fought Broner, who was a champion. He has fought Josecito Lopez, who's a hell of a fighter. And hell of a fighter. I think Josecito would beat the hell out of Amir Khan. His only problem is that he don't like to block or play or use defense at all. Anyway, he beat up Josecito Lopez. He knocks him out. He damn near knocked out Broner. He knocks out Soto Caras, who's a legit fighter. Legit. Nothing about him is suspect. This guy's legit. He fights Devin Alexander. He fights Eric Morales. He fights Amir Khan. He fights DeMarcus Corley. Now, these 7 guys was all in a period of 9 years. So, out of those 9 years, it's only 2 guys that, the average boxing fan probably wouldn't know. 7 of the 9 guys were well known for the average boxing fan. Okay, so Maidana is clearly deserving. Now, I went back and watched some Maidana versus Devin Alexander, and I noticed that overhand right hook, whatever that Maidana has, Devin did a good job of blocking that and making it to no effect. And Devin, in that 6th round, had put a punishment on Maidana. Now, Devin was holding entirely too much. That was pissing me off watching that fight. And he caught Maidana with a hell of I think it was a right hand lead. And instead of just following up with maybe the uppercut or body punch, this guy runs and grabs him, like to hold. Like, damn, you would have knocked him out or stopped him had you just been more aggressive. So, also, I had already been watched the Maidana versus Josecito Lopez. And I say this. I say, whoever Josecito Lopez fight next, if he fights Porter or Keith Thurman or even Pacquiao, know that is who Mayweather is probably fighting next, because Josecito Lopez gives Mayweather the blueprint to fight everybody that he's fought. I said on my video way before Mayweather fought Canelo that Josecito Lopez has exposed Canelo and gave you the blueprint to how to beat him. And I'm saying now that when he fought Maidana, he gave Mayweather, any quick hand fighter, the blueprint on how to beat Maidana. Now, of course, Alexander also can pitch in on how to beat Maidana because of the defensive technique that Devin Alexander had used versus Maidana. But as far as offense, Josecito Lopez has provided the blueprint on how to beat the hell out of Maidana. So I don't think this fight would be close at all. Based upon, not just me just as a Flomo or Mayweather jock rider, I'm talking about based upon the blueprint that Josecito Lopez has shown us. Also, keep in mind that Maidana is just fighting for his Mexican pride, you know. And that's not really good enough. That's not good, motivation. He's fighting a guy in Mayweather who's fighting to be the best ever. So the Mexican pride versus TBE, I don't think that fly. I think you need more than just Mexican pride. I think Maidana is overwhelmed in his position. All the cameras, all the lights, in spite of what he says, all the attention. And I believe he feel like that is success in itself. So I think he believed he did it without even fighting Mayweather. I think in this position he's in now, I think he's thinking, I made it. Mayweather, who's fighting to be the TBE, I don't think he's looking at Maidana as, anything special. I think he's looking at Maidana just an obstacle in his way from achieving his goal, which is TBE. So consider that. Peace.